back to Make and Break. Kind of been experimenting with our schedule a little bit. Took one day off and we're back for 2 more days. Not sure how I feel about the rhythm of everything, but you know, always experimenting, always doing what we're doing. So I prepped a little bit for today, but I kind of went back and forth on what I wanted to do. I had this big idea that I didn't think I was going to finish, and I had this small idea that I think would have been done in 2 seconds. So I just went back and forth and back and forth, and eventually I decided, I know what we're doing. We're going to make a very secure iron sort of door. I'm going to make it as interesting as I can, but it's just kind of a very utility mesh for sure. Just something that I need to have. So we're just going to kind of chill, and I have a new little soundtrack for us while we're going. So I'm going to put this on. We're going to see if this vibes correctly with us. If not, we can change back to the old mix. But anyway, we're here. I'm in Blender, and let's go ahead and just start. Let's just jump right into it. That feels not loud enough for me. Is that loud enough? Maybe it is. The energy already feels very strange. Okay. Oh. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is pretty jamming. Alright, let's, you know what? Let's just give it a good old college try. I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna say, how do we feel about this? That first one was a bit of a miss right there. So, yeah, so I'm making this little room here. In the project that I am working on, which I don't know how much of a secret I've kept it, but I'll keep it a little bit of a secret on this stream here today. The project that I'm working on, this is called the Butcher's Room. And if that cues you into what it is, good. If not, I don't know how you would ever guess, because it's not a place where they cut meat. I think I can live with this song. This song's alright. Also, for everybody who's been saying that my stream is very quiet lately and that my mic is set up a little bit weird, I think I figured it out, but it's going to require me to redo my whole setup. So I'm going to come back to this maybe Monday. I think on Monday I should be here with a new setup that should feel a little better. Hopefully. If all is well. Alright, so the goal here is just to make a little bit of a ridge, and I'm going to clamp overlap. And if I make a correct enough ridge, this should look pretty cool. So let's grab everything. Oops, I always do that. Let's grab everything, merge by distance, and then we should just be safe to start going by the door. I don't want to spend too long on this building. The building is pretty normal, aside from this little ridge that I'm working on. I suppose we could give it a little bit of a peek. Let's do that. This is some strange music. This is Harris Heller, similar to the lo-fi mix that we normally listen to. But this track right here is very strange. I don't know how I feel about it. It's very, very unusual. Alright, so all I'm doing is I'm just playing around with the look and feel of this thing to get it to something that looks interesting by my standards. This little pie crust on top is kind of cool. I think I like it just like this, though. We'll keep it nice and easy. I'm not going to think too hard about it. So let's go ahead and make the door, and we'll just start going from there. So I'm going to go ahead and divide 2 times, obviously to make a door. And we're going to bring everything in. And we have to think about scale. So how big is the actual, like, working area inside here? That is the big debate. I think this should be alright. It's pretty small, and it's meant to be kind of a small room. I'll do us a favor, and I'll go ahead and comb out the bottom of this. That should be enough foundation for a room, and then we'll make the top of it. And I'm trying to guesstimate about what a door would be. Actually, we want the door to be short. The people who are using this door are pretty short. When you come up to the door, you should be looking at it like this. Your scale on this door is pretty off. So that's how we're going to do it. And maybe I'll go up just a little bit. Right there. Sure. So that's the door. So now I gotta ask ourselves, have I done this right? You know what? I'm gonna raise it up. Check this out. I got an idea. We're gonna raise this up by 0.5. And we're gonna raise these two to the side by 0.5 because I have an idea. 1.5. Maybe that's a little too much. 1.25 should do it. Yeah, that's fine. I say fine, and then I added more onto it. And this looks all right to me. So this is going to be our little dimensions for it. And what I'm going to want to do is grab it, poke a hole on in there. Actually, let's undo that. Apply scale. And now we're going to poke a hole into it. We'll say there's probably good. And then I just want to push it on down here. I'm a little bit worried about how this is going to work. Let's do 2. Grab both of you. Let's do orthographic view, and we're going to push to the side. And the goal is to get everything to line up really nice here. Like, get these guys to line up exactly right. In fact, I have to be mathematically precise with this. So let's go ahead and just do an SY0. And same thing to you. We're going to do an SY0. Not that one. So that one failed. SY0. Ooh, doesn't want to work. Tell you what, I can do the whole thing like this then, SY0. And if we do top, bottom, and everything all together, it shouldn't be a problem. There we go. That's how we'll do it. So I'm gonna merge at last, and that should be fine. This should work, cool. So this is our door, and all of this can be extruded out just a little bit. We're good. I am not sure about this music, honestly. I think this is not the kind of music that I would listen to normally, and that's what's really throwing me off about it. It's like a little too poppy for me. Not that there's anything wrong with pop music, but it's just not what I go for. Okay, that looks pretty solid. So I'm gonna grab everything and merge by distance, and I think we're officially done with all of the foundational stuff. So yeah, cool. Now I can take you and bust you out, and we're looking great. So yeah, we'll just separate by selection and call you our door. So if I'm here, this is butcher's room, and this is door. Oh, and I should have mentioned, what am I doing with all of this? My goal is to, you know what? I'm changing the soundtrack. Hold on. I'm getting so distracted. The goal is to make an animation today. I know I don't normally animate on stream, but today's the day. So we're going to try and do a little bit of animation today. Okay, so I think I can safely remove the butcher's room and pull this door open just a little bit, grab the whole thing, push it back just a little bit, and now all we gotta do is just sit and make a door. So I have a little bit of scratch sheets with me, and we're gonna kind of go off of it. So let's cut this door into 3 parts. Do I want 3 parts or do I want 2 parts? It's hard to say. You know what? I think we're gonna go 3 parts. So let's cut them like this. 2 times. Hello. 2 times. And then I'm gonna grab all of this and scooch it up a little bit. And then we want to cut you right here and you right there. I believe that should be all right. It looks a little jank actually now that I'm looking at it. You know what? I have a better way of doing this. Let's cut it 4 times. And if I end up grabbing all of you and we get it to a length that we like, so I'll say 0.2. Let's do 0.3. 0.3. Should have enough of a gradation that it looks all right. And then we'll just do the exact same thing here, 0.3. And now I can just grab them and scooch them around as much as I like, and I know that the distance is going to be secured. So I feel pretty comfortable with this. Hello? So I want all of this here. Why did it not... What the heck is this? Okay, so we want... This got messed up somehow, and I'm not sure how. SZ0. Oh, come on. Let's go this way, and we're gonna put on an X-ray, and we're just grabbing that one and pushing it exactly to the other one. The inside of the door doesn't super matter, but for the sake of this offset that I'm about to do, it definitely matters. So, we're back here. This is good. This works. And now I will move it like that instead, so it should look a little bit more clean. Oh, hold on. 0.75, right? Wait. This could be easy. So if I go down negative 0.75, we should have equal lengths, right? Looks pretty good to me. Cool, we'll keep it that way. That worked. That was easy. And now that I'm looking at it, I want to do a little bit more of my editing, which is nice and simple, because all I have to do is just go like this, and this, and we just scratch up by 1.3. We're set. Cool. So I'm gonna grab each of these little guys, and we're going to poke a hole in them. Are we balanced correctly? It looks like not so. Also, there's a little thing. Oh, it was the object of origin. Why is the origin so off? Okay, let's fix that. Origin to geometry. Let's apply our scale, and then we're gonna come back, and we're going to inset just enough. I'll say 0.15 should do. Ba-boom, ba-boom, and we will go ahead and... Actually, this is probably all right just as is. We're gonna be doing some material stuff to this to make it look a little bit better. So I think I don't want to get too caught up in the details here. Hello! Happy Man Riley. That's a nice name. I love that name. It's such a good vibe. How are you doing? Maybe I'll merge these, you know? There's probably no harm in doing it. Have I been on your stream before? I don't remember seeing you. We kind of get a lot of people popping in and out, so it's a little difficult to know. If you have, I am sorry for forgetting you. I don't typically forget people unless it's been a while. So I'm gonna say probably not. We're gonna assume no. Do I remind you of another streamer? Do we have similar energy here today? All right, so the goal, I'm not sure if I really should be merging all this together, but I'm doing it, whatever. My day's good. I woke up early, took a walk in the middle of the woods, ate some pancakes, ate some vegan sausage, had a little bit of yogurt. I mean, I'm feeling good. Yesterday, I was like dead. We had a bunch of people over, had pizza, had just like tons of ice cream, and it was the worst. I mean, it was fun, it was lovely, but by the end of the day, I was like, oh, I actually want to die right now. And I no longer feel that way. I feel pretty good today. What about you? How you doing? Also, are you a 3D modeler? I always love figuring that out with people. Okay, so focusing here, thinking about what we're doing for a second. I'm going to grab this and this. And this is the crux of the whole build for me. We're gonna poke a little hole in here. We're going to bring everything nice and down. And we're making a little peek hole. You're so happy. What are you so happy about? What's going on? What's good? What's got you feeling so good today? All right, so that should do. My day has mostly consisted of watching My Little Pony and drinking hot sauce. Well, that's a vibe. I don't know if that's a big giant meme or if that's actually what you've been doing, but either way, good on you, I guess. Is My Little Pony still running? Is that still like a hot thing that's going on, or what's the vibe there? What are we doing? That's what I've been doing. Hey, more power to you. That's awesome. If you're having a good time, I'm having a good time. All right. If I'm feeling extra crazy about this, I think we probably want to put like rails on here and then put the door on the rails. So I think I'm going to give that a nice little shot real quick here. Making rails is definitely not going to be the easiest thing in the world. That's a pretty good look, actually. Maybe we'll put the actual... No, the slider should definitely be on the inside of the door. Otherwise, I'm not sure what's going to happen. So yeah, let's just make a rail real quick. I'm going to want a cube, I think. A cube with sort of these dimensions. We'll go ahead and just cut it on down. And I'm just going to dig right into this guy. My Little Pony stopped making new episodes in 2018, but the fandom had died mostly. I'm one of the few remaining bronies who like it enough to be considered a brony. Hey, that's awesome. Good on you. Yeah, I don't think that's the worrying part. The worrying part is more the hot sauce. Why are you drinking hot sauce? You watching My Little Pony, that's your business. That's cool. No problem. I don't really know why you're drinking hot sauce. Hot sauce is great. Stop your hate, Red. There's Joe calling me out. Joe's our resident hot sauce lover here in chat. He's kind of the man for the hot sauce. Let's go ahead and just delete faces, and I'll reconnect them myself. Also, I really gotta go. What hot sauce are you drinking? That's an important one. Yeah, your older brother got you into it. Should probably do a little less. Texas Pete is a top tier hot sauce. All right, if I thought you were joking before, I believe you now. You got taste, my friend. Texas Pete is where it's at, honestly. Texas Pete on a Chick-fil-A sandwich is like the aesthetic. Back to lurk mode for Joe. Joe, you just had to step out and give all your hot sauce opinions, and now you're gone. I do mess with Texas Pete. I do love me some Texas Pete. Texas Pete, Sriracha, Crystal, and any sort of like honey hot sauce, that's the aesthetic, right? That's it. All right, so I'm gonna have to re-topo this thing in a little bit. It's kind of ridiculous, especially for something that's such a throwaway model. But I want to make things look nice, so why not? Also, Riley, I have to ask, do you 3D model? Pretty much everybody that comes to our chat is some sort of artist. So I'm always curious to see like what draws people in. If not, of course, no judgment, like you do you. I'm just curious. Okay, looking at everything like this, I can objectively just remove this. We'll dissolve that edge, and we'll dissolve this edge. Every other edge is pretty important to us, so we'll keep it all there. And we'll go for it. And we'll do a nice little bevel. I don't 3D model, but I am a character artist. That's awesome. Do you have any work that we can show off on stream? I love showing off people's work. That's a big thing that we do here. Alright, so I'm gonna say that this isn't bad. Yeah, we can keep it just like this. This is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge at last. I have a few saved on my phone. Got it. You haven't posted them anywhere? You don't have like an Instagram or an ArtStation or anything that we can show off? We try not to link too much in chat. There was a big problem with bots when I first came onto streaming, so posting in chats or posting links in chat really isn't the best option. Okay, we'll call it like that right there. I might even add a little bit of a bevel on here, but I think it's not necessary. This looks pretty solid. I can live with this. So now the goal is to poke some holes in this thing. How am I gonna do that? I appreciate you looking out for the chat. Thank you so much. Well, at any point, if you ever feel like posting them, or we do have a Discord, you're welcome to post them on the Discord if you like, and I would gladly show them off if that's something that you're interested in. We are a huge fan of any and all artists here in this little corner of the internet. Yeah, if you'd like to throw them in the Discord, feel free. Again, there's no pressure whatsoever. We're just big fans of everything here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and poke this down just a little bit. Individuals. Probably need to rescale it now that I'm looking at this. Yeah, we'll do it just like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply scale. Not that one. Apply, come on. Scale. And while we do that, I'm gonna jump on into the Discord, and we're gonna check out our Discord. And once we get into it, I've got to hear more about this hot sauce thing, because Color Me just a little bit worried about you. I think drinking hot sauce can really come back to bite you. Hey, Riley in the chat. Alright, I gotta see where you're posting these images, but for the meantime, we'll go ahead and wait. And I'll go ahead and do it just like this. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to round out these little holes here. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I'm not that upset about it if I don't round them out. In fact, I'm starting to think maybe I've done this wrong. So let's fix this. Like I was saying earlier, there's no need for extra geometry for no reason. This is kind of a throwaway model, so let's keep things simple because it's going to be loaded into a world that has a lot of geometry for basically no reason. So yeah, let's fix this. I'm going to grab each of these and we're going to go ahead and offset them. I put it in art appreciation. Thank you so much. That is exactly where we would like it. Let's take a look at some of these images. Whoa! This is wild. All right, let's show this off. Let's show off a little bit of magic that we got going on here. These are so cool. Man, okay, Riley, I got something for you that you're going to love. I think you're really gonna love it. I'm not gonna play it on stream because I'm going to get into trouble with whatever, the copyright stuff. But in your own time, look this up. You're gonna love it. Let's not look at my YouTube recommended. Let's not look at my things. It's McBay. Hello? What the heck is all this? Okay, it's called She's a Big Boy Now. There you go, McBase. There it is. Check this out when you get the time. You're gonna be in love with this. The music video for this is killer. It's right up your alley. I swear it'll change you. It is just like the most lovingly like antique cartoon sort of drawings I've ever seen in my life. I think drawings is probably a disservice. Apologies for that. That's not what I mean by it. But man, it is lovely. That music video is such a love letter to like retro animation. I kind of can't believe, and the artist who does the song is the artist who did the animation. I don't know how a single human can be so talented. I put a picture of what I did my favorite pony in Discord. Okay, I will check that out in just a second. I fear that if I dwell too much on this, I'm going to lose sight of what I'm working on. It's something that I'm very good at doing. The will to be creative. She's your second favorite. Got it. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, it's Pinkie Pie. Your first favorite is Trixie. I don't think I know who Trixie is. I have maybe like a 3 out of 10 knowledge on My Little Pony. Couldn't tell you much more than that. All right, so let's go ahead and say that we want to round out this guy right here. I'm very fearful of like adding way too much geometry to this thing. But it kind of needs it, I think. Which is worrying. So I think a way that I could get around this. Hold on. I got it. I know what I'm up to. This ain't my first rodeo. Let's get rid of these lines that I just made. And we're gonna grab just you guys. Also, Manly, I have to ask, are you European? Because everybody, aside from Joe, who just talked in chat, is European. For some reason or another, we only attract European people. Which is fine. I love Europe. If I had the opportunity to live in Europe, I would, but unfortunately I want to start a business. 100% American. All right, you're one of the few. You're one of the few Americans in chat. That being said, all the Europeans I think are gone right now. I'm not sure where they've gone. It's a European weekend, I guess. Also, I can't make this work for some reason. No clue why this won't work. I'm starting to think I made a mistake. I'm starting to think I should have done this slightly differently. Not sure how, though. Is it gonna matter if I do it like this? I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world. We could probably just leave it like this. Or. No, I got it. I know how to fix this. We're gonna kind of make this a little bit weird. What else is new, right? We're gonna go ahead and grab these two and scooch them out by like 1.9. And then we're gonna repeat for each of these. And if I do this correctly, I should be able to just grab them and bevel them. To make a shape. So we'll say a bevel of 8. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen. We'll make this a bevel of 8, and then I think from here we should be good just to throw this on the door and get going. Boom. So if we're here, and I shade to smooth, it looks pretty good. Looky here, what I made. I think it's a dress. I know it doesn't look much better. I'm under some distress. Y'all give me a hand here and help me fix this mess. My destiny is not pretty, but that's what my cutie mark is telling me. What on earth? You're just rapping in our chat now? That one caught me off guard. I did not know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. But we got bars up in chat. All right, let's go ahead and say, nope, that's not the angle I wanted. -90. Okay, so we just want, oh yeah, this works. Because if I put the building back, perfect, exactly what we want. All right, this is great, this is gonna work. So let's push this guy on back. Push him up. And to the best of my understanding, this should fit on the door pretty easily. So Riley, what's the goal with your art? Do you plan on doing anything professional with it at some point, or is it just a hobby for the time being? What is art to you? Oh, that looks perfect. This looks lovely. Cool. This will really work. This is perfect. So I can grab that and push him on down. I plan on making animated cartoons and have my own animation studio. Good on you. What's the, do you have a story written that's like your first story that you want to make? Artistically, I find myself very inclined towards the writing process. And if I didn't have something pre-written, I'd have a lot of trouble, I think, wrapping my brain around what I want to do. Okay, so this should be a pretty easy fix, I think. I think all we want to do now is add a cube. Yeah, the cartoon is called Santa Fixes Pizza. What the heck? What does that mean? Explain yourself. What is Santa Fixes Pizza? What should we expect of Santa Fixes Pizza? Only a storyboard so far. Hey, that's good. Storyboard is fine. Storyboard's exactly what you want. Okay, so if I get this scaled correctly on here, and we go down until we hit it right. That doesn't help us. I want just the top and the bottom to meet the door frame just about perfectly, and then we can go from there. That'll do. Yeah, what's the premise? If you're willing to tell us the premise, it might be, if it's your own secret thing, that's cool, I understand that. But if you'd like to, feel free to tell us the premise. Always interested in people's creative ideas. I think creativity is kind of the root of everything I am as a person. So if I didn't respect other people's creativity, I don't know how they could respect mine. Okay, if we're looking at orthographic, they meet just perfectly on there. It's a little close for comfort, honestly. It's about Santa running out of presents for kids on Christmas. So he sees Rudolph eating pizza and takes the pizza and decorates it with candy canes, candy corn, and cookies, and tops some off, and he puts some on Rudolph's nose on it. I don't know about the violence with Rudolph's nose. Does Rudolph's nose have to get hurt in all this? Okay, so we'll say that looks about right. What am I going for here? We want this, 2. Actually, hold on. Wait, before I do this, let's grab both of these guys. Scooch them on up to where we want it. Right about there. Indoor tomato experiment. You're very creative. There's a lot going on in that brain of yours. All right, what's the indoor tomato experiment? Let's hear it. What should we expect of the indoor tomato experiment? Right there. It looks just about perfect to me. It should all slide right in. Okay, cool. So let's grab all of this and squish it on down, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a cut, 2 cuts here, 2 cuts here. And if everything has been done correctly, I should be able to just grab you and you and you, you and you, you. I'm counting very carefully in my head how we're gonna do this. There's some guys there, just like that. And if I delete all of these faces, that doesn't look half bad. I think we can save ourselves a bit of time, though, instead, if I just bridge faces. Get out of the door. If I just bridge these 2 faces, that should be a little bit easier for us. And just delete this one. It's about a kid in school who loves science in school but hates everything else. One day he is assigned an assignment to study a fruit until a new discovery at school, but little does he know that he is about to change the world with the tomato he picked. You've thought about this. You got a lot going on in there. Nope, not tries to quads. We want to bridge this. Alright, so I'm going to grab that, and we're going to go ahead and bridge more faces, just to kind of free ourselves up from having to think too much about putting things back in the right place. So I'm going to do it like this. And if I do this correctly, we should be looking pretty good. And we should have a little bar that we can just stick right on in here. Like that. And we're going to go ahead and delete faces. That looks pretty solid to me. That looks good. Okay, cool. So let me dissolve this face real quick. And let's see. Another idea I have is not fully done, but it's called When Opposites Attract. That sounds a little bit more conventional. Sounds more like a normal idea for a story. What is this one? Also, now I think we can just take this whole thing and scooch it on in, and we're going to check our measurements once we're in. Just up a little bit. That's not bad. That's not bad. Look at that. Cool. So we're going to put a little handle on the end of this, and that should be perfect. So we're going to do it like that, and we're going to push you in right about there. And I don't think anybody should be able to see past that. You look in, and you're like, oh, check out what's in there. Good luck. You're not going to see anything. It's stuck. It's in there. It's a ripoff of Coraline, but I'm trying to have a snake in there somehow. Okay, I got a little piece of wisdom for you, whether you want it or not. Here it is. There's an application called WikiedPad. Wiki with a D on the end. WikiedPad. It is a note-taking app for your computer. For Windows, I should say. It's probably not for Mac. And the way it works is you just write text documents the way you normally would, but if you put anything in bracket, it turns it into a link that you can then make another like page out of. So for me, I put all my characters on these pads. I put characters in their own separate little categories, and I reference them and which places they've been to and all that sort of stuff. And when it comes time to like create something, I can just reference this little archive that I've made, put it all together, and I have completed ideas. I find that my creative process works best when I make things and I sort of leave them alone for a little bit, and then I come back to them and I recombine them together in new and interesting ways. That's my process, is like recontextualizing old ideas in brand new ways. And I think given how diversified all of your stuff is, it might be nice just to write it all down, and should you ever get a bunch of ideas that are kind of like, I don't know if I want to do it or not, you can start combining them together and making bigger, more complicated ideas. Especially if you're taking ideas from other pieces of media. Like if you're remixing pieces of media together, which I think is good, I think that's what artists should do. It'll help you a lot to have just a place where you can slowly combine them together. I think that's huge. I think it's a big part of the creative process for me personally. So hopefully that's helpful to you. If not, apologies, I guess. I doubt you're gonna have a problem with me saying that though. Okay, so I am here. We've made ourselves a little security door. Most of my ideas are weird, like the name of my 3 characters are Tartar Bot Dogs, Bongo Left Hand, and Left Stick John. I think that says a lot more about you than it does about whether your writing is weird or not. I think you're, you're probably a little on the weird end, as am I. There's nothing wrong with being weird, but you do have to acknowledge it. Actually, instead of doing this, what if I just take this guy and this guy and I J them together, which didn't work at all for some reason. What? Okay, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. All of this, we're gonna just subdivide it one time. And hopefully it's not going to make a bunch of extra subdivisions for us. There we go, perfect. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna grab you, and we're gonna grab you, And I'm going to go ahead and do scale Y 0. That didn't work. Hey, no worries. You take it easy. Let's go ahead and edge slide on over. Edge slide on over. Man, why? How am I going to do this? Let's go ahead and SY0 once more. Yep, that works. SY0. Now we still keep our curve. We're looking pretty solid here. So if I scooch everything on over, shouldn't have a problem, right? So if I go SY, just SY, nope, SY, GY. This is good enough for me. This one doesn't have to be precise. You probably won't even recognize it once the model is actually set and done. Although I do think we have way too much topology for no reason. So I'm gonna kind of chill out on this. And if I grab and divide that into 2, and we make ourselves a little handle, we should be looking pretty solid, right? Like that, but individual. And each of them will be reduced quite a bit. Reduce it a lot a bit. Because I'm going to try and make like a nice curved face out of this thing, I think. How do we want to do this? Let's grab you, push you up, and then we'll just go for it. Barrel, what's up? How are you doing? Hello? 0.14. And then we're going to move you to negative 0.14. Part of me wants to try and stick it on this line, but I know the geometry. Chilling with TF2. Yo, what a vibe. I said vibe like 1,000 times today, but I'm not going to apologize. TF2 is it. I played TF2 competitively for so long. I love TF2. I have such a deep love of TF2. Look at you. I'm surprised anybody plays TF2 anymore. Alright, so I'm going to extrude along normals once. And then we're going to round everything out, I think. Bots ruin mini games. That's a real shame, honestly. I guess that's just the way of things. I've been playing a good amount of Heroes of the Storm lately, and watching an old game that I used to enjoy just kind of be dead is wild. Is just like, what happened? -1. Nope. -0.1. That means we gotta move you up to 0.1. And we'll go for it. Yo, that's awesome you're playing TF2. My favorite thing in TF2 lately, what I've been doing a lot lately, is just checking out old like maps. Like especially old trade maps that I used to be really into. I've just been going back and just checking out all the maps. Like the amount of effort people put into like modeling for that game and stuff is wild. There is a map by, what is their name? Glaceon, something Glaceon. And they made a map called Apathial. And it is the coolest map I've ever seen in my life. It is just like wildly inventive. Also, this is not very good looking. I'm looking at this right now and I'm thinking, this looks pretty bad. So what I'm gonna do is the patented, I don't want to think about this anymore trick. I'm going to grab it all, and we're going to round everything out. We'll go ahead and just do a bunch of iterations of this, and I don't know why it's getting so small. I guess we could probably crush it as well. That should be all right, I think. I might also try and scoop it out a little bit, give it a little bit of depth. And that's pretty crunchy and bad looking, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. We're probably good to like dissolve some edges, and I think that'll fix a lot of what we're looking at right now. Also, I want to squish it in just a little bit, but I don't want to squish in this part. That part can stay. So if I do this part correctly, I could probably just remove that bit. There we go. We'll do it right there. Dissolve edges. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So let's go ahead and just round everything down a little bit. I might try and put a bevel on this, but I don't know if it's necessary, given what we're looking at. We'll do every other one for just a second here, and then I will break it down. Like that, and we'll go ahead and say, how does that look? Looks pretty fine. Looks like a weird, like, airplane door, which is kind of the vibe I'm going for. I could definitely use some, like, retoping of this. But, so far it ain't that bad. We'll say a 5 on that is pretty good. And if you're just looking at it like this, ooh, that's an ugly little bit right there. Let's go ahead and renormalize that. This works. This will do just fine. So if you're looking at the door, it's just a nice little peephole. You're like, what's up? Cool. So a lot of this now is just going to be texture work on my behalf. Oh, and I need to make a handle. Let's make a handle real quick. What kind of door handle do we want to put on this thing? That's going to be something for us to check on Firefox, for sure. So let me go to Firefox. It didn't load correctly the first time. There we go. We're going to do door handle. What are we putting on this thing? That's a nice looking door handle. That's a really nice looking door handle. Honestly, I think I'm just good. I think let's just do that. That looks super militant. Cool. I just noticed it's a WebP. Great. That's going to be terrible for us. So let's go ahead and just add a cylinder. I'm gonna try and guesstimate the door before I go too crazy on it. So I'm gonna go 90 on the X. We're on the wrong dimension, so we'll do 90 on the Y. We'll make it nice and tight in there. Pop this guy down, give him a bevel. Probably don't need a big giant bevel. Actually, we could do a nice bevel. And I'll just round it so it's a little bit larger. Like that. And then we'll pop the door handle on out. So we're going to want to offset a hole in here. Right about there. Maybe not that much. 0.15, that works. We'll extrude along normals. Now I gotta think, how are we doing this? How do you make a circle from a circle? Circle from a circle. I'm not sure I understand how I'm supposed to do this. If I take this... I'm very confused. I'm not sure I understand this at all. How would you retopo a circle into a circle? I didn't expect this to be such a complicated process. Well, the best way I can think to do this... Well, let's just do what I know, and then we'll come back from here. If I grab you, and I just pull you forward like that, and we go orthographic, I can grab all but the topmost piece of you, and we can go ahead and extrude in one direction, all the way over, and like that's a handle. We're cool there. In fact, I might just call it here. If I grab you and divide you like 5 ways, and we grab all of this, and we go SX0, SY0. We make a flat face, grab the end of it, pop this end out, and use a sphere on it. I think we might be in business. Right? I mean, it's definitely not the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. That seems very problematic. Let's do -5. -0.5. Let's really exaggerate the circle as much as we possibly can. -1. That's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. So we'll grab this. I'm gonna X-ray it. We'll go ahead and round this out. And to the best of my understanding, that should be all right. So 0.2. That's a weird looking handle, but it's not the worst thing I've seen in my life. Should have extruded this out. I can extrude this down, actually. That's how we're going to do this. Let's extrude all of these faces down just a little bit. So now we have like a prominent actual handle coming off of here. And since it looks a little weird, I'm going to grab the whole thing, pop it in. Let's go for it. I'm assuming Beryl is in a match right now and unable to respond in chat. But Beryl, if you're here, I have some TF2 questions for you. There we go. Is that kind of a weird looking handle? Sure. But it gets the job done. I'm fine with it. So I'm gonna dissolve some of these edges. I'm listening. All right. Who do you main? And what is the weapon that you main with them? This is gonna tell me everything I'm ever gonna need to know about you as a person. I don't think this super matters right here. Yeah, this is fine. This is an alright handle. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it'll work. So if we pop the rest of our model here on... In fact, wait, before we do that, let's get back here. We'll pop the handle on up. I think the scale might be like way off on this handle. I think it might look super weird. You know what, let's just make it a little bit smaller, and I think that'll do the job. Right there. The coloring definitely doesn't help it, so we'll kind of come back to this, I think. That's the door. This is going to be our slider. I'll just call it a slider. That's fine. Cube here is bracket 1, bracket 2, and this is our handles, and handle is going to be mirrored on the x-axis across from door, just as follows. Is perfect. In fact, I don't think it matters. You're never going to see on the inside of this door. The fact that I made all of this is probably like super overkill, but I don't know. I just felt the need to do so. So yeah, I think we're good. Heavy Inji and Demo. Heavy Tommy plus banana. Banana? I didn't even know he had a banana. Inji Shoddy plus pistol plus gunslinger. Demo stock plus tide turner plus caper. Whoa, you got a weird setup. You're playing like wild strats. I am very much a soldier demo spy. That is 100% my loadout. It's more fun. I think caper is very fun. It doesn't get used enough for sure. All right. So let's grab this door real quick. I gotta put a vertex group on it. The color is going to be strange. Color is going to be very strange for this guy. You know what? We're going to spend a little bit coloring this. This is going to take a sec. So this is going to be the bulk of our work right here. These are going to be called door panels. And we're going to assign, select, deselect, select, deselect. Perfect. Yeah, my go-to is demo with the lock and load. Sometimes I use sticky bombs. Sometimes I use splendid screen and Eyelander. Soldier, I exclusively use the direct hit with gunboats and the disciplinary action. And for spy, I play a lot of different spies. I basically play every knife with either the layette, the one that gives you stealth, or the ambassador. Man, it's been a hot second since I've played TF2. Yeah, so I play basically every kind of spy, but direct hit soldier and Islander demo. That's the goal for sure. Caper should deal just a tad more damage and be 100% viable. Also needs fixing. Hit detection is very broken with this weapon. You know that when you charge with a shield, you get that extended demo or that extended melee range, right? I'm sure you do. I'm not trying to make any approximations for you, but if you didn't know, yeah, perfect, good. Then you're set up. You're set for success. Demo's a cool class. I think Demo gets overshadowed by Soldier a lot, which makes sense, especially given the competitive era, but like, Demo's cool, man. Demo's a cool class. Alright, so we're going to do kind of a similar thing as always here. I feel like this has kind of been the work that I've been doing a lot lately, is just making rusted metal. If I were a smart man, I would do it once and just keep copying the texture over and over again. But I don't know, I guess I like to suffer to some degree. So we're going to go up on the detail and down on the dimension. Maybe even a little bit more down on the dimension. And so the goal here is to make probably like little stripes of rust. Also, rust doesn't really work. Yeah, like that's what we want. And then we want a little bit of this like yellowy brown, desaturated. Let's use a bit of a B-spline with this coming in. Come on. In fact, this could probably be made just a little bit more on the orange side and darker. So I guess the question remains, will there be a TF2-3 or a TF3? Are we ever going to see a TF3? I kind of have the opinion that I think TF2 will go like full fan service and be like, the community makes mods and that is the game. And here you go. And they're just going to like give it over to players at some point. I thought that would also happen with Half-Life until Half-Life Alyx came out, and then it was kind of like, oh wait, hold on, they still care? Since when? Which I guess is cool. I mean, for people that are into that, that's awesome. I'm glad that like they got recognition for what's going on, but I don't know. Valve is a weird company, man. It's a perfect example of like, if you make a bunch of money selling, you know, the Steam store or whatever your thing ends up being, there's no real reason to like keep working. There's like nothing else to really work for once you make it that big. Also, you're seeing that little line? I need to get rid of that line. That looked bad. To finish people, except heavy, you need 2 direct pipes. Soldier can shoot at the floor to deal minor consistent damage. Pipes are very all or nothing, for sure. The only reason I like Demo so much is because when you're using pipes, you're basically incentivized to like pre-scan everything. When you're a soldier, you're either in combat or you're not in combat at all times. But as a demo, you can turn a corner and you can like disengage somebody and then keep assaulting them from a distance, which is just like such a cool way to like handle a class. Like you can kind of be a hidden threat. If there's 2 demos, what I'm trying to say is if there's 2 demos on your team and they're both attacking the same person, but they're around a corner, you don't exactly know who you're fighting until, like, the killing blow, and then you get to see them on your kill cam. That's cool. That's a cool way to, like, deal with anti-spies and stuff than that. There's nothing greater than 2 hitting a scout. Absolutely. I think airshotting in TF2 is really just kind of it as far as everything is concerned. Okay, we're gonna call you Blue Steel. We're gonna call you Blue Steel. Our transformations all seem right, but it doesn't love that. Which is weird. It should be fine, but it's not holding itself super well. So, oh well, I guess. So now, let's go ahead and grab all of this. We're gonna make ourselves a nice little chrome for the door handle here. And then it's gonna come the hard part. Oh, I didn't finish the, I didn't finish what I was working on, by the way. Got a little distracted. You got me talking about TF2. Now my brain is just thinking about TF2 nonstop. We'll say 14 is probably good. High detail, low dimension. Maybe lower that scale just a little bit. That'll be the door handle. Perfect. And we're going to do roughness here. That's a good looking door now. So we'll say 0.75 on the specular. Look at that. She's gorgeous. Sheen can be dropped. No IOR, none of that. Okay, so the color for this guy needs to be a little off. Like a goldeny yellow. That should be just fine, I think. We'll sit and play with that a little bit. I'm probably going to play with this a lot more once I see what it looks like in universe. But we're going to call you like a yellow chrome. You're not quite a gold, because this is cheap. This is not an expensive door. But I do want sort of a bit of color to it, instead of just being like a pure white. And that is pretty solid so far. So let's sit and do the next part. So we're going to want to make a new color on the blue steel. I'm going to call you... I'm just going to call you Clear for now. We can rename you. And I'm going to redo it as Bright Red. Not sure why it did it on there. I thought we had it correct, but that's fine. Let's click on the door. Door is now clear. And I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. Let's hit a sign on there. Slot 1 is that. Slot 1 is blue steel. Slot 2. There we go. A sign. A sign. Come on. A sign. Hello? Go ahead, you're fine. You're fine. You want to say hi to chat? Come say hi to chat.
Hi, chat.
You have to talk here.
Hi, chat. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Going to work?
Yeah.
All right, have fun. That was Lene. Okay, so this is going to be very difficult. So here's where we're going to start. I'm going to start with just a bright white, no color. And we got to make full transmission. It actually looks pretty good as is. Little blonde person. Is Lene blonde? Hold on. I don't even know if my partner is blonde. I think they're not blonde. I think they have pink hair right now, but it's very washed out, so... We'll take blonde. We'll say blonde counts. You're right. They are blonde. Okay, so... Here's what's going to happen. This is going to be a pain in the butt. I need to make... Looks blonde from here. It's fine by me. We'll take it. This is going to be the absolute worst thing you've ever seen. Give me just a moment to, like, work this. Because this is going to require some thinking on my end. What I think I want to do is I think I want to put down a brick texture. And we want the mortar size to be 0.01. And I'm going to make it bright red just so I can see it. And then everything else is going to be white. We're going to say brick width is 0.1, brick height is 0.1, which, why does it look like this? Why is it not... Oh, it's because it's... it's because it's going up and down. Aha! I understand. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and put a vector on here, and this is going to do everything in the world for us. Okay, so we're going to be doing a lot of math here in a second. I apologize if I get a little bit boring while I think about things, but it'll be worth it in the end, I promise. We just have to really sit and think about this. Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, so there's going to be no offset. And the frequency should be dropped. It looks a little scaled incorrectly for me personally, but I don't know if it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Also, I might put a little bit of color on one of them, but we'll get there. I don't know. Did I miss something? What's the I don't know for? Oh, look at it. We've done it. We've already done it. We're already here. So here's the goal. Here is the goal. We're going to put transmission. Just like that. Perfect. So it's only transmitting through the center of these. And then we're going to put metallic on here, and I'm hoping that didn't work. Oh no. Did you stay awake again, or is this leftover from the other day? All right, I'm waiting. I'm waiting until you're done donating. Transmission roughness, we're going to drop down. That looks pretty solid. Barrel. What a cat. What a real cat you are. Okay, so if transmission is determined by that, we should be looking pretty solid. I might up the IOR a little bit. It's just still going, isn't it? Sure is. I think I actually want to... Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. New idea. We're gonna break this open just a little bit. I'm gonna throw down the saturation for just a sec. To like 0.2. 0.2. And we're still reflecting really nicely on everything except for... Do I see a reflection in there? I do. No reflection on the black, so we'll keep it just like that. The color I'm going to have to recontextualize. That's all your supplies. You got quite the boost for being on consecutive streams. Hey, that's excellent. Okay, so let's count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You did 15 last time as well. Maybe it was 16 last time. Okay, I'm gonna go 5 at a time because I will die otherwise. And I'm not here to die on stream. As funny as that might be, and it would be very funny, I'm not about to do that. Also, I just realized we want maximum reflectivity on that. And if I play with transmission roughness as well, we're gonna get some interesting weirdo sort of effects. So let's do it just like that. And you'll see that there's differences in roughness between these two. I might actually lower this a little bit more. That'll make it look a lot crazier. What are you doing? We got another everybody hydrate. Okay, so there's 16. To Do Talk has gone ahead and given us some hate or some love, depending on how you want to look at it. How's it going? All right, yep, this is perfect. I'm gonna not think about this too much. This is great. I might even go ahead and throw roughness onto the bout right there. No, I like the roughness being pretty minimal. All right, 5 more. I'm out of water now. You hear about the lady? Okay, this is kind of insensitive. Apologies to anybody who might have sensitivities to sort of stuff like this. There was that lady who went on that radio show, and they had a contest to like drink as much water as you could to win a Nintendo Wii, and she won to get a Wii for her son, and she passed away because she drank too much water. And that was like the first time the public conscious was like, wait a second, you can die from water? It's like, yeah, you can die from water. 100% you can die from water. Too much of anything is bad for you. Alright, so I feel pretty strong about this now. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna grab all of this. Not that, what just happened? We're gonna grab all of this, push him on over, and I'm going to put a color ramp in here, and I'm going to hope that I can do this correctly. So let's make it red. Bright red. So only that color remains, which is a real shame, actually. So there's probably no reason to have a color ramp now that I'm thinking about it. Unless I was able to separate out this color somehow. So I have literally 1 drink of water. I'm gonna go get more water. I'll be right back. Back with more water. Look at the things you make me do. Alright, we're here. There's 1. I got 5 more. Or maybe 4 more. I'll do 5 more just in case. If I give you an extra one, then good on you. I guess you get an extra one. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I kind of want to warp this a little bit now that I'm looking at it. This could be a huge mistake, but I'm just kind of feeling it right now. So I'm going to put a Musgrave in the middle here. That's not what we want. So instead, let's put a wave in here. I actually think a noise might also work. Let's try a noise first. Whoa! Yo, that looks absolutely nuts. You walk up to a door and this is what it looks like. You don't go in that door. So if I lower the roughness down a lot, we down the detail a lot, and we up the distortion. Nope. This reminds me a lot of the speaker that we were looking at. I made a speaker a couple of weeks ago. I don't know who here was on that stream. I don't think any of the new guys were here. But I made a speaker a couple weeks ago. And I did this to the grill. So very similar to what we're doing now. And it got very crazy. It looks great, honestly. But it just got a little crazy. Okay, so this is absolutely out of the way. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. If we go a little crazy, like 0.5. Yep, and we're gonna use an X on here. Oh, okay. Check this out. Check this out. I'm gonna grab it, and we're gonna grab another one, and we're gonna go ahead and throw a Y on here, and a mix RGB with an add instead of a mix. Did not work. Why did that not work? What? This seems like it should work no problem. Overlay? What? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. It should just do both of them at the same time. It shouldn't be... Okay, well, never mind. Tell you what, I kind of like it being straight and narrow. We're going to keep it straight and narrow. Because she drank pure water and the volume was insane, it actually requires resources to produce urine, and her kidneys suffered failure from exhaustion, which meant they could not expel more water, which distanced blood pH. Yeah. I mean, it was, like, very scary. I remember my mom calling me after that happened. My mom was like, "Did you hear about this? Like, can you imagine?" And it was like, whoa, scary. It's a scary way to feel about just the world in general. Oh, man. I'm not loving... Oh, this is obvious. What am I doing? This is like the most obvious thing in the world. I'm being so silly about this. Hold on. We want to put a Musgrave just on there. Yeah. Oh, I'm being so absolutely silly about how we're doing this. So let me go ahead and grab... Let's go back to slot 1. I'm going to grab both of these. Slot 2. Let's put these back in. And it should be a 1-to-1, right? I can up the scale quite a bit. And we should be looking pretty clean now. This guy should probably be quite a bit darker now that he's equipped with this. 0.03. Yeah, there we go. And now that I'm looking at this, I think this shouldn't be this dark. So we'll call it like right there. And that's a door. Done. One thing that I think looks bad, and I want to fix it. How am I going to do this? How on earth are we going to do this? This is going to be kind of complicated. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. I think I have an easy fix. Let's just fix it as quick as we can. So we're going to go back to min. I'm going to grab all of this bottom bit. Also, I should finish the water. Here we go. 16, just for you. Just for you and To-Do Talk. Which I'm pretty sure To-Do Talk just came in here to make me drink water and then left. Which is perfectly fair. Not the most beloved thing I've ever had somebody do, but, you know, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. So if I put the room back together... let's just go ahead and put a little bit of color on this guy. Yeah, this is alright. It looks a little weird. It does look a little bit weird the way that it sits in here. So let's call this the door. I'm going to put all of this into the door. Grab all of it. Scooch it forward just a little bit. Yeah, this will do. Looks a little less bad now. Alright, so now I have a conundrum. Now I think I have a problem. Because I wanted the building to look kind of fancy and nice. But I've sat here and I've made the door all dingy and dirty. So now I think I gotta redo the door. So let's make a material real quick. I'm just kind of gonna go for it. Let's grab blue steel. Let's copy it. And the blue is gonna be like almost black, like a 0.3. And this is gonna be like gold. Like brilliant gold. And we're gonna lower a lot of little assets here. And now the roughness should be determined by color. If I add another one into here that is slightly darker, but very saturated, maybe a little bit lighter, I think we should be looking all right. Now I'm struggling. Now I'm not sure what's going on. Let's lower that scale a lot. Like a lot. make everything like brilliant, bright, metallic. It isn't holding super well for some reason. Oh, the metallic is being given to the yellow instead of the blue for some reason. Why is that? So let's grab a color ramp. I think the easiest way I can do this is just separate which one gets which. So we're gonna make that looks so much better. Much better. Look at that. Cool. So if I take that and I also do it for the roughness. I like it less with the roughness. This looks absolutely insane. So let's call this like Gemstone. I'm gonna make you Gemstone. In fact, I might make this Gemstone door. And Gemstone door is going to be reduced by quite a bit. Like to 30. This is a weird look for a building, that's for sure. This is very strange looking. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Okay, well let's take a quick break from this, and I'm going to assign a new material to just this part. There we go. That's going to be indent, assign, deselect, select, perfect. And while we're here in edit mode, I'm going to go to nodes. We have it. I'm going to grab slot 2, new, and you can be assigned to this. Perfect. Cool. Back to object mode. So, what are we doing for this building? I mean, the first inclination I have is to make it this. That looks not good. So instead of doing that, let's click this new random material. And I'm inclined to give it a transmission. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. If I lower the emission strength, we'll get more of that blue coming through. That looks crazy. Yo. Okay, can we make this more blue if we up the value here? Like that amount of blue is probably good. Beryl, what's your current project? What are you currently working on? Yeah, that's got to be it. With a little bit of white there. That's it, for sure. In fact, I'm kind of thinking, what happens if I go dark? Nope, dark doesn't work. Still working on the cat. Okay. What's like the end result for the cat? Like, are you gonna put clothes on it? Are you gonna give it like multiple different sets? Or like, what is the end result for the cat? Also, I think I'm struggling with this gemstone pattern. I'm not sure I love the way this looks. The best way I know how to fix it is to put in like wave texture on scale. But that doesn't super work, now does it? We would have to up our scale quite a bit. Ooh, wait, hold on. Hold on. There's some legs here. Let's lower our scale quite a bit. Hold on, we're here. Clothed plus eye patch. Why? What is all that? What does all that mean? Oh, we're here. Oh, we're here. Oh, it looks so cool. Cool. Yep, this is it. And then we're gonna want to lower our glossy just a little bit. So we're gonna grab that to like a... That's fine. I'm doubting whether the metallic should even be related to any of this. If we do metallic like this... Kinda hard to tell what we're working on here. Kinda hard to tell. The friend is blind in one eye IRL, so his character also has that. Got it. What kind of clothes you putting on it? And also, when you give your friend this character, is that it? Or are you going to keep working on it? What's your next project? You know, so on and so forth. What are you doing? What's the goal? These are the things we gotta know. This is it. This looks so cool to me. If we go rings with spherical. I might want to phase offset this actually. That doesn't do anything. So let's do like a 0.75, get it looking kind of nuts. Oh, this is it. Yeah, then the Musgrave is really where like everything shines together now. Because if we lower the Musgrave down, like 0.2, yo, this is it. After I'll try to do an animation based on my writing. Whoa, that's awesome. I have been thinking about doing an animation next as well. This project that I've been working on, if I haven't said so already, is for a game. I'm making a game with these assets. And I kind of want to try and make a, like, animated trailer. I have a weird idea for how it's going to work, and it's going to be a lot of work for sure. But I'm just inspired. I've just been, like, feeling it a lot lately. So I kind of think I want to try and do a trailer. You can still see a little bit on there. This is a strange little room, isn't it? I kind of think this might be it. The roughness isn't great. Like, let's say that the roughness is 100%. That still doesn't super help us. We don't want transmission. Not sure what else I really want to do to this thing. I think we might be looking pretty good then. Yeah, no clear coat, none of that. The roughness can go back and forth between two different colors. So we'll say like 0.7 and white. And this is all right. Okay, so let's go back to this material. And if I lower the saturation, it's just white. That looks all right to me. Let's keep it this way. Okay, so this is our building. So if I take the door now, and we give the door the gemstone, it looks pretty good. Now if I give the door our blue steel, no, it looks better with the gemstone. Okay, yeah, let's do that. And then on clear, new idea. While we're here, this mortar probably needs to also have gemstone attached to it. So I'm gonna grab this, go to, oh wait, whoops, I messed up. Back to clear, and we're in. Cool. Now we can just pop that right in and then transfer it on over to the color of the mortar. And we're in. Oh, it's perfect. It looks beautiful. Look at this. So if we want to up our scale, that's it right there. Nice and done. I might even add a little bit of a yellow tint to these guys, just to match with the rest of the theme that we're going for. So we'll do like a little yellow theme like that. And that's perfect. Cool. Just trying to keep things as subtle as possible. We don't want things looking too obvious, I think. That'll do, that'll do, that'll do. Cool. So now, I'm basically done with what I set out to do today. So now it's just kind of freeform from here. What are we gonna do to this thing? What am I gonna add to this? Tell you what, I think it'll be best if we bring in a couple of like assets around the door. Let's make like a potted plant. That's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be next step is potted plant. Okay, so we're back to here. Butcher's room can stay as is. Door, goodbye. So let's make ourselves a cylinder. And we're gonna make a little bit of a potted plant just by taking this, bringing it out. We're going to pop the top of this thing up, grab the edge of it, pop it out. Nice and easy. This layer can go up just a little bit to give it a little bit of an aesthetic. We're going to bring this part up just a little bit. And then the whole thing is going to get extruded down until we get right about there, and we'll bring it all in. I'll grab you guys, do a bevel. There we go. Already kind of looks like a potted plant with the colors that it decided to choose. Get rid of 32 vertices. That's not half bad. We should definitely auto smooth it. That's going to be a necessity for us. Then we're just going to put plants inside of it. I could go ahead and round out the bottom if I wanted to, but it's going to lie flat on the ground, so I'm not too worried about it. So, let's put some plants in here. Amazing Barrel, what's your favorite plant? Reasonable plant, not a tree. Trees don't count. I'm going to go to Firefox, and we're going to download some plants real quick. Oh, I'm going to make another kind of barrel as well, or another type of planter. You like basil? Okay, let's grab a basil. I can live with some basil. Ooh, that is gorgeous. That doesn't look too hard either. Cool, we're going to make a little bit of basil. Make sure we're getting JPEGs here. Next up, I'm going to grab something really smelly. Something that smells super nice. Rose is probably terrible. I don't think I want to do rose. Monstera would make my partner very happy, but I think that's going to be the hardest thing in the world for me. Fern? That's going to be so difficult. Succulents. Let's get a succulent. I spelled it wrong. Let's get like the classic little cactus. Yeah, just a ball cactus. Sure, we'll grab you. That's fine. This actually looks so easy to make in my mind. Okay. Let's grab... lavender. What does lavender look like? I'm not sold on it. Gardenia. I'm not sold on that. Best smelling flowers. Let's see. I kind of want to make a lily of the valley. Let me do a lily of the valley. Okay, so this is going to be a real challenge for me. These are going to be hard to make. And we'll start with just these three. We'll come back. So let's start with the succulent, because I think the succulent is going to be the easiest one for me to wrap my brain around. So let me open up my desktop. Come on. Hello? Why are we not taking? That one popped in. That one popped in. Why won't you pop in? Let me guess. You're a WebP. It's a WebP. Gosh. Hate WebPs. Okay, one more time and look up ball cactus. Always WebPs. What is up with WebPs? Why are they just the worst? Okay, that one's a JPEG. Ba-boom. Ball cactus. Let's do this. You can make easy succulent by subdividing a cylinder. I mean, we'll give it a shot. I like to make them by, yeah, taking a cylinder and then just, sorry, my brain's everywhere right now. I like to make them by just subdividing, or not subdividing, taking a cylinder and just doing alternating pitch on them. To me, that's very simple. Okay, so we're gonna call these plants. And you're going to be just the first part. Okay, so ball cactus. We're gonna make a... We're gonna make a UV sphere. Any dimension is fine, I think. Although now that I'm looking at it, I think I do want to be very specific that it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 14, 16 it is. 16 works. We'll go a little bit higher on the ups and downs. Okay, here's my thought. Here's how I would do it. Without any intervention, here's how I would do it. We would go into edit mode. I would grab each of these. And I would scale them in. Just like that. Pretty prominently. And then you're going to want to grab the top piece. Pull it up. And proportion using a smooth right there. That's how I would do it. Now, we could probably take that and round it out a little bit. And then squish them on down a little bit. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, there is a divot on the top, but it's even for all of them. So we're going to do an even divot. Just like that. Yeah, this works. So, I already see that I need to do something new that I've never done before. Simo would be very proud of me right now if Simo is here. Simo's had a very busy week as far as I can tell, so they've just been MIA. Which is perfectly fine, perfectly accepted for what they got going on in their life. It's particle time. Absolutely, it is particle time. So, I want to use vertex particles, which is, I believe it's called instancing. How versed are you on instancing? Because I don't know a single gosh darn thing. So I'm going to do 3 prongs per spike, because there's no reason to go crazy. So the best way I would think to do this... I mean, the best way I would know how to do this is probably use a curve. I don't love that, though. So let's do... Let's do a cone. Oh, this is it. Yeah, 100% a cone with 3 vertices. Flip this thing upside down. Push them over to the side. And all we're going to do is subdivide. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Here is the best way I can think to do this. And then I'm going to grab this top face and we're going to poke it. And if I do this correctly... Actually, boom, boom, boom. Yep, there we go. That's how I would do that. So that's our face. That's what's going to stick out of this. If you're feeling extra crazy, make them off just a little bit. There you go. So a little bit of randomness just to make it look a little nicer. You could probably also come in here and add a single bevel. Just like that. That'll probably help round things out just a little bit. There we go. We'll do it just like that. And we will auto smooth this guy just like this. We'll say 60 is the angle. Perfect. Cool. I could flatten out the bottom of this. That's probably in our best interest, but I'm not going to do it. Because, I don't know. I'm lazy, I guess. So, now we got to do some instancing. How on earth does instancing work? I suppose instead of instancing, we can try weight painting. Just a little bit worried about this. Color me just a little bit worried about this. And it probably doesn't need prickly spines on the bottom of it. They'd probably get lost in the dirt anyway. So we're going to just kind of go for the top layer. So we'll call it like this. Look at that. Should work fine. Yeah, it's just not the way I wanted to do it. I wanted to be a little bit more specific with my dimensions, but we're just kind of making stuff right now. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. I also know particle systems don't port super easily. So I think I'm going to try and find a way to convert the particles into regular objects and then convert that into a mesh. We'll see, though. We'll take it one step at a time. I'm not going to fuss the details. Okay, so we're only going to do each and every one coming into the center here. So they're just kind of going to creep on up. Just little by little. Maybe, no, they could all probably come up a little bit. That'll be fine. Perfect. So you need to be named. You are our succulent. You are our dirt. You are our pot. You're our spikes. And let's go ahead and do it. So you're going to want a little particle system. Hair. Number 36 sounds about right to me. The render is going to be an object. Object is going to be spike. This is going to be awful. Hold on. .04. Object rotation. This is always a challenge. Always getting this to work is terrible. Scale is 1. Whoa, 0.5. 0.3, sure. Source. Faces jitter. Hair shape. All of that needs to be remaining the same. Field weights. Man, I hate working on hair. It's always so frustrating. All right, I'm going to try instancing real quick, because I'm just a little bit worried that the hair is not going to work. So let me push forward. Let's go ahead and check out Blender instancing. What is this? 3 ways to produce instances. This creates instances of all children of this object for each vertex for a mesh object only. That's exactly what I want. Rotate all instant objects according to the corresponding vertex normals of the parent mesh. So properties, object properties, instancing. There it is. Okay, so we got properties, instancing, vertices. Oh, no, I know how to do this. Okay. Boom, boom. Vertices. No? Very confusing. The relative object origin position of the parent and child object determines offset. All you need is a base object and a pattern mesh with its vertices following the pattern you have in mind. First, in object mode, select the base object and shift left mouse to add the circle to the selection. Control P. Okay, so parent, child, Control P. Vertex. Keep transformation. Very spooky. Control P. All I've done is merge them together. Not sure exactly how we want to go about doing this then. This is the way that they do documentation on the Blender website is so frustrating, because they're just like, yeah, you just do this and you get it, and then you do it and you don't get the result that they get, and it's like, okay, so I have to read everything word for word, and then at the end you just realize, oh, it's an outdated version, and it's like, okay, good. Good thing I read it so carefully. Align to vertex normals enabled. A simple... Very interesting models can be made by using instancing vertices in a simple primitive. In this example, a simple tentacle was made by extruding a cube a couple of times. The tentacle object was then parented to an icosphere, with align to vertex normal enabled. The orientation of the base object was adapted to the vertex normal of the parent mesh. But how do I make multiple of them? Okay, so I got that. So check it out. I'll do this, and I'll go Control P, and we'll do set parent to object. And then I click U, and I go vertex. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, yep. Okay, so this is gonna be a real challenge. Oh gosh, this is gonna be hard. Okay, so here's what we're gonna wanna do. We're gonna wanna scale this down to size. Make sure everything is fitting on here correctly. Just a nice little guy, just a little dude hanging out. Right, that looks totally fine. Maybe even a little bit smaller now that I'm looking at it. Just a little guy, right? Boom, no problem. There he is. So we go boom, boom, Control P, object. Grab U, vertice, aligned normals. Oh, I did it backwards. My bad. Boom, boom, Control P, object, U, vertices. It didn't work. What am I doing wrong? I thought for sure the, oh. Also, what the heck? Okay, so if I take you and we scale you to the right angle, just put you right in the center. Let's just put you right where you belong. First and foremost, let's put you right where you belong. And let's double check that all this works correctly. Why is it so jank? Okay, so let's go ahead and recalculate normals real quick. That might be a big part of this. Mesh normals, recalculate outside. Nothing. Doesn't care at all. Humma. How do we want to do this? Align to vertex normals. So what if we unparent you? Oh, it just deleted it. Hold on. Let's grab you. Right-click you. And parent, we're going to clear parent. There we go. Okay, we've cleared the parent. Now let's grab you and we're going to say that's the dimension we want for you. Theoretically, I should be doing this. It should just work. Why does it not work? I don't get it. What the heck is going on? I want just the spike. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me because it's not following the vertex path the way that you think it should. Man, and here I thought this was going to be easy. You know what? I'm going to leave this one for now. This is going to be our succulent, just kind of sitting here off in the middle of no man's land. And the spike is still there. Weird. Cool. So that's that done. Goodbye to the succulent. Next up, let's make some basil. A little bit easier. So basil is just clumps of leaves on vines. And they droop quite a bit. This shouldn't be too hard. So if I do this... Okay, here we go. Let's go plain. Plain. We can make it a nice little plain. And I'm going to actually take away the plane, and we're going to make it a circle. Fill the circle. We're going to grab just a piece of you and stretch it out. Just like that. That looks pretty decent to me. It looks a little bit like an Easter egg. Which is alright, I guess. We'll push you back just a little bit. Just like that. Too far back. There we go. Just like that. And then we want a clear line going from one end to the other, and then we're going to split off each line from there. Although, maybe we just want to do that with a pattern instead. Hold on. Let me grab this. And then we're going to... I'm not totally sure about this. Okay. Let's poke it. Poke faces. And now we grab everything and we subdivide and we subdivide. And if I go ahead and do the dirty and we pull this leaf up, we should... What the heck is happening? Why does it look like that? That's not at all what I want. Okay, so instead, let's inset a bunch of times. This one got all kinds of jacked up top there. How are we gonna fix this? Just like that, I guess. So you all can be merged at center. Merged at center. Inset this. Merge at center. Merge at center. And we're just gonna repeat until we get something that we like. I believe this should work. Yeah, this looks all right. And I'll probably just call it here in just a second. In fact, I can just grab U and J across, and we should be done. This should be it. All ready to go. It's a leaf. So we'll do it there, and we'll pull U on up. And proportion that reasonably well. If I grab 2 of these points and pull them up, will we get a better result? Maybe we will. Ooh, that's a leaf right there. Look at that bad boy. Oh, he looks great. Cool. So I should probably try and simplify this thing a little bit. So let's go ahead and grab every other one of these guys. Just like that. You can be merged at last. Same with you, and I think we're set. That's a pretty good looking leaf, honestly. I could sit and probably retopo this thing for a while, so I'm not going to worry about it yet. This is fine the way it is. So now we want to put them in clusters on vines, which is going to be a little frustrating to think about for just a second here. So let me make a vine. Let's make a cylinder of 12, not 123, of 12. Push you down. Pull you on up. Nope, 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 nope. Pull you on up. Okay, we got a little tiny cylinder. And if I put 3 leaves on it, we should be looking pretty good. So let's grab our little leaf guy here. Pull you up. Actually, the cylinder could use some work. Right there, and we'll grab just the tip of you, and we'll pull you on down. I'm gonna grab you. Just a couple of divots on there. Just a couple of divots on here. And I think we're good. If I want to actually come in here and grab the whole thing and hit shrink flatten. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Never mind, we're not doing that. I could make it bigger and then shorter. And if we do that and then grab everything and then round it all out, I think that's not the worst thing I've ever seen. We'll shade that smooth, we'll grab you, we'll scale you down, and we'll go for it. Boom. It's basil. So I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about putting a bunch of these basil leaves down. I thought about turning this into a particle system, but I'm not sure if that's the best course of action right now. We'll put you right there. So we'll just do it like this and just get everything looking kind of crazy. Just a little bit of basil. There we go. 1, 2, 3. We'll pop you around. Just a nice 150. And we're going. Make you maybe just a little bit smaller than everybody else. There we go. That's basil. So I guess the object of origin is going to be a big part of this. Oh, that's what was messed up with the cactus. I'm now realizing exactly what's wrong with it. We messed up the origin. I can fix that. That's an easy fix. All right. Do I really want to sit here and place each of these individually, or do I want to try and solve this problem? Let's do some modeling first, or some coloring first, and then I'll think about it. So, we have everything in here. Let's make the terracotta pot. We'll just call you terracotta. Terracotta is lovely because it's just this weird little pinky red color. It's a very easy color to work with. Dirt is not as easy, however. It's very rough, terracotta is. It actually has little divots in it, and I might just make those divots right now. Let's do that. Let's try and make some divots. So unfortunately, we're just going to keep using the Musgrave. And it's going to be very dense. Well, that's not going to help us at all now, is it? I guess it has to be... Oh, that works. If we up the dimension, or up the detail, lower the dimension, up the lachronicity. That looks pretty convincing. It actually also looks pretty convincing once we have the roughness set up correctly. I think that might be the look I'm going for. Really subtle. Yep, that's how we're going to do it. Perfect. So it's just a nice little pot. I could probably add a little bit of funk to it if I wanted to, but I don't know if there's a need for it. It's not going to stop me from trying, though, so let's try. So we're going to go grab this right there. We'll grab it one more time. This one's going to be made a little bit darker. And if I plug that into our color, and here is what I'm going to do to round this guy out. We're going to put in a converter math node. I'm going to add no, subtract. Subtract 40. 60. And it should make it all a little bit more round. If we divide by 5, that works as well. This is fine. Let's do this. And this guy should also be desaturated just a little bit. That didn't work. Strange. Okay, now dirt. Dirt is tough. Dirt is a difficult thing to wrap your brain around. Dirt. It's brown. It's got little pebbles in it. We might be able to do a Ghibli sort of thing. If I grab the dirt and do hard edge blue stones in it. using constants with a little bit of green on the end of it. Just like that. If we go ahead and throw that into a Musgrave, and then we're going to add a gradient on top of that. There we go. Let's do like 50. Get little tiny bits of rock in here. With some green bits on them, and then we're gonna add another one of these browns, but this brown is gonna have a little bit of green in it. There we go. So that is the beginning of what we want. So that's coat number 1. Coat number 2 is we're gonna take the exact same thing, but we're going to add a gradient to it. And it's now going to have ease, spherical, there we go, perfect. And we're going to take out a couple of these colors in exchange for much more earthy tones. So let's grab that. Let's grab like a nice dark green. And this black can stay, that's fine. Okay, now we add them together with a mix RGB, and it should hopefully come together. If we go like soft light, not quite what I want. It doesn't look good enough for me. Screen. Screen is it. That's it. Screen's it. Boom. We got rocks. Done deal. Okay, so now that we have rocks in the bucket, let's lower that scale down just a little bit. Okay, that's it. We'll do that, and then we're gonna add some mixed specular to it, mixed roughness. Oh, very hard to say what we should be doing to this thing. Alright, I think I want to add a subsurface to it, but there's no reason to put subsurface on something that is this small and insignificant. I understand that's going to make it, like, not as vibrant. Like, I mean, I could just do this, right? 0.3. And now we have, like, granules of dirt. But it just isn't... It's not going to work. I go... No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Instead, let's do... It's honestly fine like this, so I'm going to keep it like this. Cool. So that's that. We're going to do it just like that. I'm not going to think about it any longer. We're fine. It's good. This is going to be called greens. And this one we're going to keep literally as easy as possible. I'm just going to grab the color. And all it is a bright, pretty, reflective piece of green. Reflects a ton of light. It has a little bit of a transmission to it because plants are a little bit see-through. We can up that roughness, I think. We're good. I need to sneeze real bad. Nope, it's not gonna happen. Okay, we'll chill for just a sec. I tricked it. I tricked it out of me. Okay. We're here. So, greens. If I was feeling extra fancy, I'd probably try and put a wireframe on these guys. Let's see if I want to try that. We should probably up the roughness just a little bit. That looks a little too easy for me. And honestly, it should probably also be a little bit brighter. All right, so we're gonna call you leaves. And let's throw on a little bit of a wireframe. So if I go wireframe, that looks pretty not good. If I try to make like a lightning pattern, which I can use a wave texture to do so, with a color ramp, this might be the way to do it. So if I go like you, right here, and we grab the same color, but we make it a little bit darker. And by a little bit darker, I mean a little bit darker. And then if I go ahead and pop that on there, we switch over to this. It's going to be based off of the object's origin, which to the best of my understanding is just this. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure about this one. This one doesn't want to work super well. Detail scale can go way up. No, not at all. How are we going to do this? I guess I can use object info. So if I go object info, not that, geometry. Let's see, position. Go back to X, position, normal. Oh, now we're close. There we go, just like that. That's what I want. I want tangent. That's a cool look, but that's not what I'm going for. Okay, we want tangent from... We gotta change that position. Okay, so... Why is it not where we want it? If I center the object's origin here, set origin to 3D cursor, that doesn't affect anything. Why not? I guess tangent is fine if we do tangent. So let's do tangent, and then I'm going to alter it from here. We want a vector mapping node. And we want it to just move a little bit. How am I going to do this? Well, that didn't work at all. One. We can't even move it. I'm not sure why that's the case. Is this going to be close enough for us to just go for it? Let's see. Let's give it a fair shot. If I detail scale this to like 2, detail scale to like 1. It would be perfect if it's just at the right area. What a shame. Okay, so let's go 0.5. It's like so close to being good too. What a shame. Well, I think this might be as best as I can do right now without sitting and looking up a bunch of information. So I think that might be as good as we're going to want to get that right now. So let's go back to trying to fix that succulent. I got about 15 minutes before we do Pyre, and I don't want to squander it. I feel like I've just kind of been running around in circles for a little bit, but that's all right. So we're going to make all of these basil leaves just like that. We'll call you basil stem. Steam, that works, I guess. Succulent. So, the succulent, we got the spikes. All I want is the spike, and I want the spike moved. This is crazy. Okay, so if I grab our little boy spike, and I say parent, clear parent. There we go. Yep, back to where we were. Now here's where I'm going to fix it. We're going to grab this little spike guy, and we're going to shift right click here, set object origin to 3D cursor, and I'm going to scooch him on over back to 0. This should work. To the best of my understanding, this should work. Also, we should probably rotate him back to 0 position. Okay, so we're here. We're back. Let's grab Spike, then Succulent, and Control P. Vertex. Why? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. This should be easy. They're all pointing in like a triangle away from one another. Oh, hold on. That's pretty close. Now if we grab spike. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's go back to doing, let's try the hair thing one more time. So I'm gonna do hair. 36. It's going to be an object. Object is, where are you? Spikes. Hair length is 1. Scale is 0.5. Maybe it's just 1. They can be all sorts of random. That's cool with me. Keep object rotation. There we go. There we go. There we go. Stay on course. Stay on course. That is good enough for me. Cool. So we're back to you. Oh my god, I can't believe it worked. Okay, we're here. Whew. Chill. Now I need vertex groups. Density is based on group 1. Let's up our amount to maybe 100. Field weights. Effect collector. Plants. Nope, that's not it. Sure. It's fine as is. 200. So if I take spikes and rotate them just a little bit more, we should be able to get everything to stand up in the correct position right there. Oh, we've done it. It's not perfect. It actually looks kind of bad, but it's mine. Look at that. Look at that beaut. Not half bad. Cool. So if I grab both of them, we just scooch them on down. We have ourselves a little bit of a cactus. Just like that. Perfect. We got a little cactus. So let's go ahead and make it. Let's model it. Let me go ahead and remove the basil. We can probably remove the lily of the valley. I don't think we have time for it. And let's set up this cactus. So I'm going to want to go to my desktop real quick, grab our picture, and we're going to go for it. So, nodes. The actual cactus itself will probably be very similar to greens. We'll offshoot it. We'll call you cactus. The color will be this, made a little bit more vibrant. What on earth? Why is it so dark? It should basically have all the maximum roughness possible. Cactuses aren't exactly known for being the glossiest objects in the world, as far as I know. No real clear coat. No real transmission. I think it might have a little soft, like, some soft little colors to it. So if I color ramp this from here, and we grab this color, and we grab that really dark color, we go between the two with a noise. That should be pretty good for us. Oh yeah, very lifelike. Absolutely. Perfect. That's a cactus. Done. I might even raise this up just a little bit so it fades a little bit more. You probably could be dropped just a little bit. There we go. Now for these little spikes. Spikes are simple. As far as I can tell, it is going to be spike. They go from yellow to white, which means I'm going to take a color ramp and we're going to go yellowy orange on one end. Like that. And the other end is that really soft, like yellow white. Right there. And it is a gradient. Perfect, just like that. Good. Actually, maybe I'll try and do a quadratic sphere. There we go. Sure. Is that all right? Yeah, this should do. That looks fine. And as far as their coloring goes, they are very specular, very rough. They do have a bit of clear coat. And I think that's it. We're set. Nice and done. It doesn't look great. There's something missing here. Maybe the roughness is a little too harsh. Something about this just seems very, like, wrong. Not sure I understand what it is yet. I think it's the amount of, like, ridge. Like, you can't see the ridges super well. I think that's what I need to fix. So, is there a way to add a note? You can't just add a note, can you? Oh, yes, you can. Right here. Fix ridge. There we go. I'll remember to do that next time. And we'll go ahead and save this as... Oh gosh, what am I going to save this as? I guess it's still the butcher's room. Even though we kind of lost track for a little bit. Cool. So that's our butcher's room. This has been a weirdo stream thus far. Definitely one of the weirdest ones I've done in a while. So I'm gonna go on break for about 5 minutes. I gotta pee, I gotta drink more water, and then I'll be back to finish Pyre. I'm playing until I'm done. I don't care if it takes 3,000 hours. We're playing until we're done today. I'm done playing with that game. So today is the last day. So I will see you all then. Be right back.